again, just so that the gold lane would not be heavily prioritized in terms of being killed over and over.
Yeah, absolutely. I think right now, for the side of Team Spirit, they're gonna go for the Tigro again. So second time coming for Savo. I mean, so there's been a change to Joy's ultimate, right? The Electrifying Beaks no longer gives you CC immunity, but it doesn't mean that it's easy to catch her still, right? She's still mobile. She just gets slow
in the gold. I think that going off to the late game, even for Homeboys, they would be relatively happy about that. With such a death ball-y scenario for Homeboys, I think that early game is gonna be good too.
I do worry for a lineup whenever it has a Ruby gold lane, which means that your other carries will have to really step up the game. So we'll see, Game 2, Team Spirit against Homeboys. We'll see if Homeboys can deliver sweet revenge with a clean sweep. Zorn, as always, trying to force out the retreat from Mar. Gets it, no problem.
I definitely want to see Kid Bomba playing as a Thamus to really step up his game, because we know that Thamus is ultimately really strong at dueling. So as long as Kid Bomba constantly attack and damage over and over again, it is very tough for him to die, and he will be able to go off for very good trades against the opponents. That is, of course, with that all said and done, Thamus' main weakness is crowd control, which is something that Homeboys does have quite a bit, Support, especially with his penalty zone.
I mean, Zorn is just eating up all the damage as well. Thamus, he does scale off pretty hard as the later the game goes, right? He's strong for the first 10 to 12 minutes, especially when he has Vengeance. So we'll see if how much can Kid Bomba do? It definitely relies on him to somehow get a lead. 30 more seconds until the first turtle spawns, and Chibi is gonna be right on the mark with the timing.
Yep. Down in the EXP lane, it's definitely gonna be a pretty boring game, because both of them is always gonna be hiding. They don't want to give any free kills over to their opponent's side. You don't want to recall in this kind of dire situation, especially since the turtle is gonna be popping out in 10 seconds. Your presence is very much expected to make a very big mark in the battles. Especially since Team Spirit, they play a lot on crowd control. With Hiko as well as Sao, they need to find a lot of these damage output coming in from someone else. And in this case, it has to be Kid Bomba as well as Sunset Lover in the early of the game.
I mean, the first turtle up as well. He's not in a rush to get the objectives up, but it's going to be jumped on by Kid Bomba, but the damage not there just yet. Uri also arriving to provide assistance. And clearly, you can see both assassins not really prioritizing the turtle as much. Sabo will not able to get the push, and final slash from Zorn also goes wide. Both supports not able to find a catch just yet. With that final slash actually being used, Team Spirit understandably would want to take a little bit more of that turtle control. It's just so that they know it's not gonna be that big of a problem anymore. But Team Spirit's Ling is actually quite a fair bit away from the objective. So Team Spirit, I think that they are trying to look for something else here. They might have something more interesting. Ness actually saw him as well, but Maru's gonna use it in time. Penalty zone use. Chibi gets the turtle, and it's going to be just everyone on top of Support, and that is just first blood going over to Udio. A double kill for him as well. The artillery strikes just too devastating.
Sunset Lover picking up that feathered airstrike definitely been quite devastating to Homeboys, but not quite enough, I gotta have to say. 2-1 is the current scoreline, and Homeboys do have 1,000 gold advantage. In the meantime, Udil almost going down.
Blazing duet from Ness also. Sunset Lover actually goes down, so Net picks up a kill. That could not have gone any better.
So with that all said and done, top lane, they are still going at it.
And Maru now is the next target, gets clipped by the final slash, and Chibi finds that kill.
It's just all about aggression from Homeboys, and luckily they are playing that out. They're constantly trying to look up for this kind of pick potentials and trying to go for kills over and over and over again. But it really relies a lot onto Zorn. His movements have got to be on par, and Team Spirit, I think that Team Spirit is just lacking onto that mirror capability, whereby Sao is not exactly trying to look out for where Zorn is, especially since Zorn is one of the main playmakers of Homeboys. If you're able to see where Zorn is constantly going about, you can actually avoid a lot of very potential team fights that would catch their side lanes off guard.
I think right now it's also, Homeboys in the zone as well. And that means that
they can only get deadlier, and even Chibi finding Mar, right? Winning that fight, Sabo sucks him in with the implosion, but there's no follow-up. Still the better airstrike. Is it gonna be enough? Well, seems like it is sufficient. They pick up the kill on the Chibi. Mar gets out as well. And Higo able to find a catch onto Zorn, reel him in. Zorn flickers, vengeance, heals back up in time. The great escape of Zorn, both teams trading one.
Really crazy movements coming from Zorn. The only one that went down, understandably, is gonna be Chibi. And Homeboys have managed to get a good amount of trade on top of Team Spirit. And Turtle is still up right now. So one Turtle to the side of Homeboys, and this upcoming Turtle is understandably gonna be quite a big mark to Team Spirit if they want to get themselves back into the game and really be able to contest against Homeboys. Especially since we're looking at a jungler for Marl, currently at level 8 and Chibi at level 9. It will be a tougher challenge for Team Spirit if Homeboys Chibi is just going to be around.
And his own catching Kid Bomba and Savo. Zorn able to keep everyone away. Chibi gets the turtle and now better strike artillery support from Udil to find a kill onto Savo. Kid Bomba in the midst of things, trying to tank it all up. Sunset Lover with his own feather airstrike was not enough. Kid Bomba ends up going down without much in return. Hiko chased down to the ends of the earth. Nets finds the double kill. And Subba just stands there and takes the beating. He doesn't even go down. And Chibi once more. Mar, he is not safe at all. Loses everything. Homeboys finds 4 kills.
Now, with that 4 kills and with the current positioning of where Homeboys is, they are definitely going to be getting a free bottom lane Tier 1, and that is understandably going to further accentuate the amount of gold that Homeboys have got in their pockets. Team Spirit not having a great time in the early game, and understandably based on their lineup, they're not exactly a team that will be extremely happy into the late stages too.
I mean, when you look at this replay, right, Team Spirit, Mar, he was looking for the perfect opportunity. Well, Sunset Lover was looking for the perfect opportunity to use the ult, but Mar just does not have the health to fight. And Chibi just got a Sky Piercer, so good luck surviving 10,000 volts from this Pikachu. Gonna completely just one-shot you. Not really sure how Team Spirit is gonna deal with that though, now that the current ultimate for Joy does not have fall-off damage, so it's gonna hurt even more.
9-2 is the current scoreline. Team Spirit, they want to look for more of these kills and these advantages, especially since their killing potential comes in from Marl and Kid Bomba in the later stages. Sunset Lover, especially picking up that Feathered Airstrike, is one of the main name of the game that we want for the early team fights.
Kid Bomba forces out the vengeance up, but again catches the bag, and Ness is just gonna come in. It is a duet. This dance, bit too beautiful. Chibi dies, but Team Spirit loses 4 again.
So with 4 down for the second time, we do have at least Marl trying to go for a trade for what they have lost already. So at least the tier 1 in the bottom lane is taken down. Marl is still trying to look for external ways to get themselves income. Since teamfight is not something that they can get their income anymore, it gotta have to be from waves, it gotta have to be from money bags from the turrets.
Even Final Slash to force out Marl's Tempest of Blade. Just get this purple buff though at least. Well, Homeboys will get the turtle for sure. I don't see Team Spirit contesting them in any capacity. In the driver's seat though, like what, 4,000 gold lead for Homeboys right now.
Team Spirit, they don't have a lineup that once again is all that amazing in wave clear. They do have Hiko with the wave clear though. I mean, understandably, if Hiko have decided to build up onto the Sea Halberd and a little bit more of damage items, they can clear with pretty okay. But it all boils down to time. Hiko as a Ruby with 0 kills, 2 deaths and 1 assist, how far of an item can he actually get for himself? But in the meantime, we do have the replay coming up. Once again, it's always been Sapat. Sapat's ultimate and all the penalty zones is always super crucial. That breaks apart Team Spirit's lineups. And whenever they wanted to do something, Sapat comes in and puts a break to all of that.
He is the hidden MVP for sure, right? His sets have been immaculate. Homeboy is taking control of almost the entire map. While trying to pick up scraps, obviously, to get a split push going and make sure that Homeboys always have ways that they need to fix. What do we do with it? But I think Nance knows that Mar's in there. The Art of Thievery stops the recall. Mar is foul. Tempest of Blaze just to get invulnerability, but stunned on the end. The tip of the spear from Zorn is just lethal.
Oh boy, not how you want to end your life. Not being able to jump from obstacles to obstacles. Was hoping that his recall will be able to go off well, but that map control as well as those just Nats doing Nats things, I gotta have to say. He have very good idea of where his opponents is, and boy oh boy, Homeboys, they may actually be able to get a very convincing 2-1 off of Team Spirit.
Yeah, this 2-0 looking more and more realistic. Homeboys 14-3 so far. Lord coming up, but I don't see how Team Spirit can even contest the Lord, right? We're starting to get to the stage of the game where this Stamos is going to eventually have a sprinter drop off. You know, he's like someone who ages rapidly, right? He's very strong when he's in his youth, but he also falls off very, very quickly.
Especially since as a Thamus, you want to hit in order to not die. It's very counterintuitive, but that is literally the kit of a Thamus. So if you're unable to stay alive even with your Quadrant Inferno and just hammering away with your corrosive scythe, what more can you do? The only thing that you can do is do a couple of damage and then you die a horrible death. So Team Spirit, they gotta have to find ways to really keep Kid Bomba alive, and that idea really boils down to all the burst amount of damage that Kid Bomba have to suffer, meaning Udil as well as Chibi. These two magic damage dealers really need to go, but I don't think that Team Spirit really have an answer to these two at this point in time.
Yeah, I mean, unless Mark can get to the back line and kind of one-shot them, right? Or Hiko finds a good catch, but even then, it's a lot to ask for. Mid-tier 2 under siege. Homeboys, Team Spirit wants to hold on to the structure, but it's just not feasible. And even Mar, he has to give up top side a little bit, right? He's doing his best to keep that minion wave under control, but Support is just gonna cut the wave as well. So top side is gonna be equalized, but Homeboy still sieging in the mid and bot.
So with the Lord just gonna be pillaging down to the bottom lane and Udil using up the feathered airstrike, Homeboys is posturing themselves to get a inhibitor down in the bottom lane, and Team Spirit can't even come in to stop all of that. So it's really an unfortunate situation from Team Spirit, but at least one thing that they can do is to bring down this baby Lord, which doesn't have a charge, and Homeboys have got more than just a bonus out of this Lord.
I think the saddest thing for Mar is that, okay, wait, Zorn, well, figure safety, but yeah, I think the saddest thing for Mar is, as much as he tries to pressure the wave top side, it gets cut by Homeboy, so he ends up getting nothing, and he's gonna lose his tier 2 after so long, after all that effort. Conceal from Homeboys as well. Zorn looking for a pick, ain't gonna find it though. Again, flicker penalty zone on the two. Suppa splits the fight apart and Nets. He's able to get out, and Hiko in the midst of things. Implosion gets used by Savo, but the electrocution from Chibi is just way too strong. 10,000 votes and 2 kills for Homeboys.
And now even the bottom lane's mega creeps just marching in and threatening the throne. So Homeboys will take this middle lane.
And final slash onto Maro. Tempest of Blaze pours out. Nets is just face fighting Sunset Lover. And Team Spirits are going to be the one not be able to see Sunset victory so far away. And Homeboys looking to exact revenge. Kid Bomba next to go. A wipeout in front of the base. Homeboys finds revenge and serves it up too cold, too old to Team Spirit.
What are we looking at? Sea supremacy? We are looking at Homeboys being able to get a 2-0 on top of Team Spirit. That is something to celebrate.
Yeah, coming out of wildcards, you know, putting themselves on the map. I believe in an interview, Zorn even said that actually wildcard was pretty easy, but we just made it hard for ourselves. We just need to be a bit more disciplined. And discipline indeed. Completely dismantling Team Spirit's, you know, playbook, right? This is the best way to prove that, okay, we definitely lost to you in the M5 group stage, but we're not going to stay the same forever. And in fact, we come back bigger, better, stronger, and we show you what Homeboys is truly about.
Now, this rival match has come to a conclusion with a 2-0 in favor for Homeboys. In fact, very convincingly. As such, it's pretty fair to say that Homeboys have leveled themselves up to a substantial level. And Team Spirit, unfortunately, will have the big red cross to their match profile for now, as they are unable to take even a single game.